What's up, everybody? I am King Maserati Santana, and welcome to 1 Hour Talk with Mazee Uncut. Today, my guest on the show is Charlotte's own, a poet, an artist, and an entrepreneur. Everybody help welcome Mr. STAG ALEE to the show today. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I figured out
All right, go ahead.
this would be the occasion.
What up, man? You already know what it is. It's 1 Hour Talk with Mazee, Season 2, Uncut. I'm back. I got another special guest in the building, straight from Charlotte, my man STAG ALEE. Welcome to the show, homie.
What it do? What it do, everybody? Glad to be here. I tilt my head. I salute to you.
For sure, man. So glad to have you part of the platform, my guy. I know we kind of met in like the liquor store. We kind of met, passed through each other.
And it happens, and that's where you meet some of the best souls at.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you from Charlotte?
Born and crazed.
Talk to me about Charlotte, man. Like,
Oh, Charlotte is a beautiful city. Oh, man, it's, for a while, we ain't had too many big buildings, but I always loved skylines and architect. But, man, the communities are family oriented. Everybody seem to know everybody. Somebody knows somebody that knows somebody. It's a lot of love, support. It could be cold too. Get a lot of cold shoulders. It all. Higher levels is mixed together with the lower densities, and it's everywhere. So Queen City representing all day. Stag style, damn it.
tell us.
That,
Yeah.
I could say each side of town is different though. The west is different from the east. The east is different from the north. South is different from the west. But it all has its own unique flavors. I'm from the west, represent Badersford, the whole. Then I moved to the north, Plaza, North Tryon, Dinglewood, to Piedmont Coast, North Solid, Tappan, 36th Street. Then we moved to Ottawa, see this East Coast. Fired for that.
I did I actually heard the baby do an interview, and he was talking about certain parts of Charlotte you don't want to be a part of, or you don't want to get caught up in. And I think he mentioned like 4th Street or something like that. Kind of like pinpoint some of the type of hoods from Charlotte where you don't want to get caught up in.
Well, you don't want to just be a fool, but there are some landmarks that's real dense, See here, the whole Badersford, Trinity Park, on down to Rogers Ferry, Cummins or Captain Simi, the South, Udville, with old Delahaye. Used to be, it's a lot of hoods toned down and gone. So you got Southside Homes, they done the whole North Charlotte, Davidson, they done turned the North District to something nice, but Ottawa, Ottawa South, Ottawa East, the Ottawa North, the Almar Road, Central Ave, Eastway, Columbus Circle, Berry Hill, Trinity, I would say Trinity Park. Okay, come on down, the Village, the Village Townhouses, Lincoln Heights, Parker Heights, Greer Heights, West Boulevard. Oh man, you got Boulevard Homes, Jackson Homes, it used to be Belvedere Homes, on down Ponderosa. You come on down Reed Park, Reed Ave, Clean Road, Revolutionary Park. We had some shit here. Ain't nobody. Well, I take that sign right there. Boom. I keep going. I think about it. I ain't,
Yeah.
Man. Windsong Trails. You got the south side. You can go on down South Tryon. That whole, Pine Valley. Hidden Valley. Cedar Green. Milton Road, M-Town. Shit. Hampshire Hills. What's the other one beside Hampshire Hills? Shannon Park. Finchley, Percy Street. Windsor Harbor. Terry Brook. Shit, hell, I keep on going.
There's some lot of hoods in Charlotte, huh?
Villa Heights. I ain't even said nothing off Tuckasegee. Key Street, you know what I'm saying? Glenwood. Fraser Avenue. Shit, hell. It's fun, though. We're at the base of a mountain. So it's a lot of hills, a lot of turns. You think you in the woods somewhere, some of the trees, you know. Matter of fact, out of our apartment look like these. That's why I say, yo, these, I know it's just a hood on each side of town. You know what I'm saying? Like right off North Tryon. See, North Tryon was a dirt path slaves took to go get auctioned in Salisbury. You know, so it's Highway 29. But Tryon separates the east from the west. So either you're on West 35th, you could be on East Trade or West Trade. Tryon gonna split Trade in half. Trade gonna split North Tryon in half. So you got South Tryon, North Tryon, but it crosses over at Trade. So Trade and Tryon the center of the city. But up North Tryon, you had Delahaye Coats. Right beside Delahaye Coats was Tryon Hills. Tryon Hills looked like some old trailers. Delahaye Coats was like project. Both of them was project. On the opposite side of the city, off the same road, you got Southside Homes and Brook Hill. Brook Hill toned down now. It's been some third world living conditions communities. Eastway Apartments was third world living right across the street from where I stayed. You know what I'm saying? My neighborhood, Bingham Park. It's one of the smallest hoods in Charlotte. So North Tryon, Sugar Creek, Eastway, and the Plaza, the neighborhood that's sitting there. A train track run through it. It ran through my backyard. Hurricane Hugo came over my house. Hurricane Hugo sounded like a train. And then I got quiet. Then I said, it's over with. My mom said, nah, baby, we in the I hood. I thought about it on the news, that little dot in the middle. It was quiet for about 15, 20 minutes, I guess, and the other half came blowing the opposite way. So I had an idea in my mind what was going on from a bird's eye view. Started up some shit. 8 or 9 hit. Yeah, it was crazy. Fucked the neighborhood up.
So coming from your neighborhood, like, kind of like tell me, like, how did you get caught up in the streets and, you know, doing your first bid in the prison?
All right. Well, I was asked to go with my mama or daddy. My daddy said, who you want to go with, me or your mama? I was going to stay with my daddy, but he kept yelling it so much, I went to my little brother who my mama had. When we pulled up in my grandma's house, I ran inside the house. I ain't want to be in the car. Ran in, everybody yelled my name out. When they said that, I said, shit, fuck, ass, damn. I said 4 cuss words. My life spun in a circle. I swear I got sucked up under the TV. Once I said them 4 cuss words, my Aunt Phyllis spanked me. My mama came in, dropped the suitcase. I got pushed off in the back room. I wasn't the same until I woke up, sentenced to 5 years in prison. The story began there. Now, a lot of shit happened. I played soccer 7 years, very athletic, but I had this anger problem, you know what I'm saying? And I exploited it. So, you know, I still got 2 broken knuckles now. Scrapped a lot. At 11 years old, I said, I'm calling me Paul. Call me STAG ALEE. You hear me? And I got an acronym for it. First, it was Smoking Thuggin' Ass Gun Clapper, but I knew I always wasn't going to be no gun clapper because I felt I had to be saved some kind of way. What's going to intervene? So I figured it would probably be children. But and blue my favorite color. But I respect the whole rainbow. But I'm true blue though, and that's what I was, true. So Parlay was my name. The parlay homie. I like that word parlay. You know what I'm saying? But I got into a fight at a lib, and they called me STAG ALEE, and I said, that's it. So boom, they was always calling me Stag because when I walked, I kind of zigzag and shit, so you're stagging ass, you know. So then they say they ain't stagging. He beat that boy like Ali, you know. Like, you know, those that said I won because I had a concussion. You know what I'm saying? We fought twice. Shout out to my homie, man. He said, look, man, you know he is. Much love already. So bam, I got the name STAG ALEE. That ain't STAG P, that's STAG ALEE, like Muhammad Ali. So I just spelled it a little different. So, bam, that's how I got the name STAG ALEE. And but I had to accept power because, you know, I want to be who I'm, you know what I'm saying, your name, the power and frequencies of names. I learned a lot, so I was like, no, maybe I should embrace Paul again, but I'm already STAG, so let me know who Paul is. So it's like an inner journey, but that's the truth.
Yeah. So how would you describe your testimony? You know, you speak a lot about that, and I know when I ran into you, you was telling me about your testimony.
It's, I describe it as humbling. I get tried every now and then, but I understand it. It's how I respond to it. I realize the power. I learned to be stoic. You know, I learned that word. I was stoic when I didn't even know it. You know, so now I'm glad to look back at it, because when you in it, when you can't see something that's close to your face. You know, hindsight is 20/20. I couldn't, but you can see. I can see that I'm in it. Okay, and I take a sip for that. But I describe it as I'm being able to tell my story now. So I appreciate this platform. You know, I'm describing it the best way I can. Sum it up in the fewest words possible. I call it STAG style. And I want to be remembered for STAG is an acronym: Saved Through Amazing Grace, Striving to Achieve Goals, Staying Talented and Gifted, and Staying True and Gutter. That's one of my favorites, Staying True and Gutter.
Absolutely. So, because, you know, this is a lot of people don't get to tell their testimony. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to, let me get that right there on. For sure. So, a lot of people don't even be able to, you know, to get to tell their testimony or you know, a lot of things about what they went through to lead up to these special moments where you develop being into another person. So kind of walk me through the moments that led you to being locked up. Like, what do you remember most clearly from that time?
First time, white dude called us niggas, and we whipped their ass. And I stayed and waited on the police to come. I thought I was right. So I got put on probation for what my homie did, and he got put on probation for what I did. But the rest of everybody else ran. But me and one other homie, you know what I'm saying, he know it. Yeah, we stayed. That led to a lot, and I ain't get off probation till I came home from prison years later. So being able to, I'm like, this shit is, you know what I'm saying, I'm seeing a lot of different layers. So I just gotta, so if I was ever in the fool, or I always seen angels appear before something, you know what I'm saying, I've seen, because it know what I used to be. So if I'm here to bring something good, then I gotta be protected by something. So after reading the Bible a few times, you know what I'm saying, built a relationship and learned some things. I ain't get out of jail till I finished reading the Bible. So boom, I realized, okay, something good gotta, you know, as long as I do good, but I gotta carry my cross, I gotta accept what's coming with it. So, you know, all that chiselment, and being that my life was already paranormal, because I say it was, so I knew, okay, when I got locked up, I wrote music, but I wanted to write a poem. That's when I really got deep into poetry. But what am I going to talk about? So I'm like, I can't talk about shit I don't know nothing about, so I can only speak about what I know.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so you saying poetry became your outlet?
Poetry became my outlet.
In prison?
Yeah.
How did that change you though?
I learned how to speak better because I had a temper. I ain't talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? I like to laugh, but I couldn't lip box.
Wow.
Because it put too much in my mind. I don't know how to express myself like that. I just knew how to scrap. So either whether I thought I knew, or whether I really did know, you know, I let them tell it. But I was always a spectacle. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Well, you know, a lot of people they want a voice, but they don't know how to use the voice. So when you develop, you knew you had a voice. You kind of transitioned into having a voice, though. So, like, what did you do? How did you use it? How did you embrace it?
I learned about the throat chakra, and frequency and sound, and everybody has their sound for a reason. What's my sound? I always want to know where I'm from, what's real, what's fake. When I was in prison, I questioned everything because I woke up locked up since I was in prison. I started questioning everything. What's real? Where am I from? What's my neighborhood? What is all this? What is who? You know what I'm saying? So probably me studying myself. Some people don't want some people problems, so they just leave certain people alone. I had a lot, but you know, some people see, and they so the elders in prison, like, yo, you don't act your age, you know. Write poetry. I used to write poetry for people. They were like, yo, can you write my woman a poem? All right. I mean, how long y'all been together? You know, I get the story, they show the picture to me, And I just imagine, okay, respectfully, and then some would pay, and then some would be happy and just run out. I never cared. I'm like, what would I sell this for? I gotta give. Don't know. It didn't mean I was glad to help people that I dropped for some folks, But other than just staying true, learning myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm mutable, so I just go with. Hey, I was a rebel though. They put me in the hole. I got banned from the yard. I got put on MaxCon. I just refused to. I had a lot. I just wasn't. I gave them crackers hell on the low. I'd be last to eat on purpose. I don't like how everybody running up there to go eat their food. So I just they saw that I was a troublemaker, and so it just caused a lot of tension. You know what I'm saying? My way, and they banned me from the yard. I was glad I was going home. I only had 5 years.
Right. So let's go back though. Let's go back when you. I think you mentioned to me that you kind of woke up in prison.
Woke up, locked up. My fatherhood class, the teacher said something that snapped me out of his zone because she said, you never make a child choose between who they want to go with, the mother or the father, because no matter what that child chooses, everybody loses. That snapped me out of his zone. And I didn't know that I was in something that was caused from my parents. Or either, I can't say it was them, but maybe it was something I accepted before I was born, that I chose this life. So I was forgiven. I was pardoned. For 15 years, I was sleepwalking. There a lot of shit happened. I kind of want to go in the past life regress because I want to know if I was abducted. Because I used to see a lot of, stuff in the sky. So I've been fucked with by some spirits and shit fucking with you. I got scars on my back right now. I got 4 of them. And they, things happen when you go to sleep. I really turn into, I kick ass in the astral world. And so I got little scars of proof. I got permanent ones on the back of my thigh.
Yeah.
When I'm on, the ass is here. Right here on my back. But comes with how I feel about it. Numb to it,
Yeah.
When I become aware, I got, like I said, there's obviously something protecting me. So those things I ain't really, I done prayed for demons to get up out of people's houses. They were being tormented, children were being tormented, and I was like, damn, I ain't know I was really gonna be all that Bible reading really led to this, huh? So, okay, I just ain't got nothing to do with no gun. Can't shoot no demon.
How often do people, the inmates try to try you? On your first bid, on your first very bid.
I say play pussy, get fucked. That's my motto.
What you mean by that?
Okay, play pussy, get fucked. If you're falling asleep, whatever you want, you know what you want. So just get straight through it. If I say that, if that's, harsh words stir up strife. It's like buttons. Certain words, fighting words. So I was usually the aggressor. I'm usually the predator. So, but I woke up and I had this energy, this shield over me. The way they saw me. But I knew that I got to do something different. If not, I'm going to hurt somebody. And I can't tell my story to my children. I want to be able to tell my children my story. So, yeah. Now them that saw me can testify. Really, because spectators see more. Those who watching me from there, they see more. When you're looking at a chessboard, those who on the side spectating can see more. That's why they ain't supposed to be talking. They ain't supposed to be saying that fuck game up like that. But spectators see more. So you want to kind of have a third body, out of body experience. Look at yourself. You want to be able to see yourself. You don't want to be the fool that looks in the mirror and walk away and forget what it looked like. That's Proverbs. Take a sip for that. STAG style, damn it.
No doubt. So let's go back to the part where you said you woke up in prison. So okay. was that like a blackout for you, or what,
I was in jail already since 5 years. I'm waiting to get shipped. I'm at Central. They tell me to go. I got to go to Spectre. I don't want to go to Spectre. I got to come. I can see the skyline. I don't want. Soon I get there, somebody say, "Last call for family ties." I say, "What is that?" They say, "Oh, that's a fatherhood class." I said, "Oh, shit, yeah, let me sign up for that." I was in there for robbing some folks so I can get my daughter having something for my birthday, which was coming up December 13th. And I wanted to get her something. And I told God I wasn't going to sell dope because I had just got out of jail, led the police on the high-speed chase. And I said, if you keep me out of jail, these dope, I won't stay dope. And I got miraculously let out. And a lady, when I got let out, a friend saw me, got out the bus. Well, the bus rolled past, and the lady got off, ran to me and said, I heard what you've been going through. You can come stay with me. I'm getting you a key made tomorrow. I was like, God, really, this is... So I just chilled. I always wanted to put something on the table. I was like, man, I don't know how long I could sit like this. Birthday coming up, you know. I went out and jacked somebody. 3 people got caught. Pulled the trigger. It changed. So I slapped him with the tool. The police ended up riding by. Saw some motherfuckers with their hands up. So it was fine. I got away. I laughed at it. I was rapping a bone song. Nigga made good. Because I got away smoothing album straight. Cover up my tracks only description with that nigga with that leather face, fool. Still got caught. But I could say I woke up in there and where was my life going? So when I woke up, the teacher said, so Family Ties, she said, I said, yeah, I go. Then they called, I'm like, but I'm already going since prison. I'm waiting to get shit, but I ain't go to prison until after I finished that class. I got a 45-minute visit with my daughter. She was asleep. And to make sure she remembered me, I set her at a distance and I sat back. I want to see her come to me. When I came home from prison, she said, they told me not to like you. That was what I feared. And that's what happened. So I had a uphill mountain to climb because I wanted to get that. And now I got 3 daughters and 2 boys. 3 very much. So too much is given to the choir. But when I woke up in there, at that time I only had 1 child. And I woke up with a daughter. I realized I'm in something that my parents, but I didn't even know I was asleep. It was like, I don't know how you go to sleep one night, wake up 15 years later, you know what I'm saying, go to sleep at 4 and you wake up at 20 in jail, sentenced to 5 years of prison. It was, now, when she said what she said, so you never make a child choose, okay, tell you this. When I took the class, Bob Marley, I used to watch Bob Marley, listen to Bob Marley all the time, you know what I'm saying? When I went in there, she had Family Ties. She had a children's music playing. It was like a bunch of CDs, and I said, "Oh, okay, so soft music." I was like, "Oh, she's got Bob Marley." I said, "Ma'am, you don't mind if I can put this CD in?" She said, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." So I'm like, "You don't mind if I write the words off the booklet?" Because I liked his lyrics, so I could take. In my mind, I was going to chant down Babylon. If I could set myself free, if I can make these walls fall like Joshua did Jericho. He told God, I told Josh, march around the city 6 times, on the 7th time, blow your trumpets. Man, so I was like, I'm going to chant down Babylon. So, and I woke, so that's what I was writing when the teacher said what she said. I was writing Bob Marley lyrics. Just listen to her. So when I heard her say what she said, so you never make a child choose between who they want to go with, the mother or the father, because no matter who that child chooses, if she clapped her hand, everybody loses. We were sitting in like a shoe horse shape. Everybody had cars on the front, their names at the table. So, I'm the youngest in there. She's going back and forth to the talk to the board, speaking about children and how to speak to children. Instead of saying, "Look what you made me do," you said, "Because of because of playing, look what happened." It's a way to speak to people. I'm like, man, it's the way you should speak to grown-ups. Man, people would be so better if they spoke better to each other. I'm like, wow, why am I seeing that? So I gotta, wow. So when she said what she said, so you never make a child choose between who they want to go with, the mother or the father. Because no matter what you, everybody loses. Something black came off me, and fire came from my forehead. It came about 3 feet from me and went to the left. In that fire, it was like a wire of fire. I see the room in my peripheral. In the fire is me, like I'm in a cockpit, and it's moving. And I'm looking at, I got these nice pictures around here, in this nice podcast. This was like pictures of my life going back to a certain point in time. And I'm like, oh, so I remember these moments. And it stops. Then the wire stops, and it plays like a rectangle, 3D in the room, and I can, like, to my left, I see it, and it stops, and my daddy holding the door saying, "Who you want to go with, me and your mama? Who you want to go with, me and your mama?" And I said, "Oh, this is where this came from. Oh, like, what the fuck? Like, I always wondered, why did I run in this house? Because I used to come up my grandma's house to go play, and I would stop in the front yard and look. Like I looked at my steps, so I would look back at the post like, why did I run in this house? I couldn't understand. You know what I'm saying? I did, and when I woke up, now I understand. Well, when I saw my children, when I pulled up at my mama's house, and I saw my children run in, and I said, oh, that's why I ran. That's grandma. I would have ran. I didn't want to be in the car. You know, my mama was crying, my brother was crying. I didn't want to be in the car. So I ran in. Pop, boom, something happened. So I woke up, sentenced to 5 years in prison. I'm looking at this shit, but it's real close to him, so I'm still in it, and I was locked up. But it's my secret. I ain't tell nobody. I thought it happened to everybody. I got out trying to figure out who the fuck this shit happened to. First, I had to remember that shit and not use it as a tool, and even use that as a tool to say something as a weapon to get people to wake up. Because do you really know? I mean, can't say it ain't happened to me. If I got the scars to prove it.
So at this point, I know you said that you found poetry in while being incarcerated. What about music? Being an artist. When did that happen?
I used to go to church, and I used to write on the back of the little pamphlet thing about all the dirt I was doing. Thought that shit was so hot. I ain't listen to the preacher. I like the music, though. When people shouting, we used to count them all shouting. Me and my brothers. But how many count I'm talking about? When they went to shouting, I said, well, this someone I said, man, this is some of the music I did. And even when I was in jail, I'm reading the Bible, and I tell my mama, hey mama, it's a story. You know about Ezekiel? He saw the wheel inside the middle of a wheel, way in the middle of the air. She said, that used to be your favorite song in church. I said, what? She said, yeah, he's singing those songs. Ezekiel saw the wheel, way in the middle of there. I said, I thought it was saying he's singing your song the wheel. I didn't know they were saying Ezekiel saw it. When I realized that, I got the phone. Hey, mama, call you back. I went back in my cell, locked myself down, went back in the Bible, because I was going through it. Each month I had a court date, and each month it got canceled. I didn't get out of jail until I finished reading the Bible. But it started, I got put in the hole, and I was like, man, don't think, so somebody I had somebody hand me a Bible. Because I always wanted to read in the beginning, and I used it as a pillow because I ain't had no mattress. I slept on still. I knew I had a coat the next day because I ain't give a fuck, so they ain't give me no mattress. I ain't give a fuck. But they said, they called everybody's name who canceled, and my name got called. First thought I had was, I wondered if, am I being tested to see if I'm going to finish reading the Bible? So each month, I just, when I was out there, I just continued reading the Bible. I thought about the damn movie, The Never Ending Story. That little white boy reading that book, that damn dragon, flying dog, you know what I'm saying, Valcor. I was like, man, I'm reading the Bible like that boy reading that book. I said, but I'm looking in these walls though. But I was numb to it, you know what I'm saying. I woke up. See, now I'm, you know what I'm saying, I know, and I had to go through it again because I claimed self-defense. See, it happened to me again. They said 15-year minimum, career criminal. I said, listen, I ain't trying to be like Paul really in the Bible and be locked up telling his story, locked up. He wrote 13 books, and 3/4 of the New Testament was written by Paul, locked up, sending his letters. I was like, well, I can't, no. I'll take the walk of shame. I'll be homeless because I knew either you humble yourself and take, you know what I'm saying, or like get lost in the sauce, you know what I'm saying, trying to keep up with the Joneses, and my last name Holmes. And if you cut that in half, you got a whole mess.
So you being an artist though, like, so one of your favorite groups, I heard you mention it before the interview, Bone Thugs. How did Bone Thugs music affect you as being a person, an individual? And then you trying to do music and then learning poetry. What was that like for you? Walk me through that.
That's a blessing. Shout out to Bone Thugs and all the star seeds that, you know what I'm saying, that's in line to understand it. Because I've had to wake a lot of people up around me just by playing Bone. I'm like, y'all just don't get it, huh? I play the song, I bet you'll get it. Maybe I got to start off and let you know what they saying first. And then you catch that shit. Yeah, that's the rhythm I roll on. So now they get it, and then some folks start to realize, oh I ain't no, this frequency is hot. Say the high road don't want nothing dense around, but you know, it's because even thugs stand for choose, humble, united, gathering souls. You know, got a story. Gatlin Juvenile Detention Center, Mr. Mack. Shout out to Mr. Mack. Was a bounty hunter. His brother got killed, so he became a bounty hunter. You know what I'm saying? But his best friend got killed beside him. So came by and he used to talk to us, you know. And I mean, Steve Harvey came out. He said, anybody want to watch Steve Harvey? Raise your hand. No, he said, anybody want to watch Steve Harvey? Everybody that raised their hand, he said, lock back down. Those that didn't raise their hand, he pulled them out of the day room. So he wanted to speak to us about where we going in life. And he was like, how many of y'all got babies? How many of y'all got women pregnant? I was in there like 15, so we was like, I started going there when I was 11. Like I told you, I got locked up when I was 11. So by this time, I done turned 12, 13, 14, and 15 in Gatlin. I'm 15, and I'm supposed to do 3-year mandatory. I'm supposed to stay locked up till I'm 18, so I wasn't getting out. But I tried. That's why I tried faith. Some church folks came with a bag of mustard seeds, some women, and they spoke about faith, how you can move a mountain with a mustard seed of faith. You know what I'm saying? And they say it's the world's strongest tree, but the world's smallest seed. So I was like, so I'm like, well, I'm faced with all this time. I'm faced, you know, if I try this mustard seed, you mean to tell me this thing can hit? I end up with 3 months house arrest. So let me go back, because I was on my third suspended commitment to training school. You know what I'm saying? So my commitments was suspended 3 times, and that didn't happen to black kids then. But my mama would show up in court, and she didn't. You know, so my mama never smoked, drank, never been in a fight. She never, you know what I'm saying? I was the total opposite of, you know what I'm saying? And I've had to help them understand me now, because I kind of need their help. They're still living. Bless us. So Mr. Mack said, what's a thug? He said, anybody y'all claim to be a thug? What's a thug? In Gatlin. And one dude said, the highest under God. He said, what? Mr. Mack said, stand up. He made him stand up. Mr. Mack walked to him. He said, sit down. He kicked the chair. And when the dude ass hit the floor, he said, how are you the highest under God if your ass on the floor? And I was like, damn. Because everybody we was in a row. In the line, I was like, damn. Because he was directly across from me. I'm looking like, damn, at least he took one. I mean, I don't know. He's still up there. You know what I'm saying? That's how I saw it. Nigga still up there, even if his ass on the floor. If he can't say that, ain't true. The highest under God. The highest under God. He's like, your ass on the floor. It's still hard, but so Mr. Mack went back to the front and said, anybody else want to say what a thug is? And I raised my hand. He said, I said, truths, humble, united, gathering souls. He scratched his head. He had a bald head. He scratched his head. He said, break that down for me. I ain't never thought about it, but that's what made me bring it up, because that's what we were talking about. The impact Bone had. And I said this in the Juvenile Detention Center when I was bidding. Flesh and Bone CD had came out. That's my shit. Choose Him United Got Him Soul was the first one. He had already been out. You know what I'm saying? Because so I knew it, and that's what I said. And it made sense. And Mr. Matt scratched his bald head and said, "That's a thug." He broke. But actually break it down. I said, "Truths." Like, instead of calling us my niggas, we saying we each other truths. You know what I'm saying? And we humbly united, gathering souls. And he said, "Well, that's a thug." I said, and Mr. Matt came to me later on, handed me a Bible and said, "I want you to read Proverbs and Revelation. When I come back next week, tell me what you read." I never seen Mr. Matt again. When I saw him again, I was in jail. I saw him, shit, that's Mr. Matt walking by. I had to tell him this story. Hey, man, I appreciate what you said to me. I read Proverbs and Revelations. I never saw, you never asked, but I learned so much because it's 31 chapters in Proverbs and it's 31 days in a month at the most. And if you read a chapter a day, it'll get you through. So that's how I figured out how to stay out of jail, because when I got locked up, I read Proverbs and Revelation, and I ended up reading the whole Bible, and not once, twice, and I read it in order. So for what it's worth, if that's your lingo, that's your faith, I can speak it. But it can start there, but it goes higher and higher and higher. There's so many levels of consciousness. So, and I had to, and those that share that faith couldn't even seem to help me, but I couldn't hate them though. So that my growth is a lot of inner growth, as I would say. Yeah,
Bone Thugs, one of your favorite artists. Listening to that album, doing what you was doing. How did it conflict on your life though? Like, did it change stuff about you for you? Listening to Bone Thugs?
We were going through the same stuff at the same time. Like right after they would say something, I would experience it, and I'm like, "Oh, that's what Bone's saying." Because when I read Proverbs, Revelations, and Gatlin Juvenile Detention Center, I'm like, "Oh, so this is what Busy was talking about. Oh, so this is what they tongues of double-edged swords. Oh, this is Revelations. 144,000. Oh, that's okay. Some of the Proverbs, but they was First time I heard the word "the mark of the beast," Crazy Bone said it on Thug Mentality, and I was in jail. And they had called who want to go to enlightenment class, and they were like, nobody want to go. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Enlightenment class? They were like, it was kind of like church. I'm like, what the hell is the word enlightenment? Man, I went to that class, man. It was a lady, man, nice lady, man. She would bounce around and she was so happy to come. She always talked about conspiracies, the World Wide Web, the mark of the beast. And stuff. I'm like, oh, that's what the fuck, the computer chip. This was 1999. That was the year the Mentality came out. So I kind of went past, because before I was in Gatlin 98, so boom, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But that mustard seed of faith, you know what I'm saying, tried that work. Mr. Mac telling us the Proverbs, Revelations, all that, you know what I'm saying, Bone speaking the same lingo when I'm coming into this awareness. So I'm like, Bone, my peoples, oh yeah, I'm following them, my senseis. These, if you ain't like Bone, I ain't like you.
So I guess where I'm getting at now today, we listening to
but my mind opened up to a lot more.
Yeah, no doubt. But I'm just saying, like, today music, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of YN music today. You know what I'm saying? And you got a lot of
word meant.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Yeah. And you got a lot of YNs crashing out today too because of the music. But here's the question I want to ask to you though. Growing up listening to Bone and going and experiencing that y'all had the same similar things going on, how was listening to their music back then was different to the music now?
One of the best things I think about it, and I say it every day, thank you, Bone's still alive, making music. Busy Bone, just dropping. I get to you. Flex, I watch videos. What examples? Man, shit here. Wish need to come out with a solo album. Lay, oh man, Cray. Man, there's some, I follow the Creed, man, they got, you know what I'm saying, Battlefield, they got a song back, you know, it's coded. They speak, you know what I'm saying, mantras and moral integrity, you know, in the way to be, you know, entrepreneurs in a system that really ain't meant to. And I'm aware of some things that's a little bit broader than what they be aware of, but I feel that by anything with anybody. I mean, we can agree that the highest truth is unutterable. Once you label it, you negate it. What I'm trying, but if, you know, if I wasn't intellectual, then how could you understand me? So, I mean, so yeah, I try to, man. Sometimes the truth, the words, they escape me because I'm trying to use the word to express how something that can't even be defined by a really word, but maybe a sound like.
But that's what Bone was right?
Yeah,
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
That's what I started humming.
Yeah.
But you know, because that's what slaves used to do. They couldn't, you know. They say, you know, if you what they say, I used to hum. You know, that's the only language the devil can't understand. Ask my mama why she used to hum. Mama, why you hum? That's the only language the devil can't understand. My grandma said that, and my mama said. But I realized the devil was really white man. The white man ain't know what the hell we were saying. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, they didn't know. They tried to shut us up, but they didn't know what we were saying. So if we hummed it, and that, but still with good intention, because if you believe in it, then it is. If you believe spitting the pole bring bad luck, then it will. So they don't care what we know. They just care what we believe. Do you actually believe what you know? Do you know what you believe?
See, I'm hearing you say this, and the crazy part about it is hearing you say this and talk about this. It only leads me to ask you this question right here: when you were incarcerated and you got up in there, you mean to tell me ain't no Muslims come to you and try to convert you to being Muslim?
Oh, I was searching for the light. You know, I'm Sagittarius. You know, I'm a fire sign.
Anybody I know with that sign, they say that proudly. Word up.
And you know this, they true. A little happy mistake. Well, I was at the time. At one time, I stopped cussing because I was, you know, I took a Bible study course, and I aced it. I was honest. It was in jail. I didn't cheat. I had to quote certain scriptures every night. So when I got, and then we all on that path, with some sharp brothers in there. So, we done went to the table, some players know a lot, but I mean, there's, I sat at the table with some honorable men. We ate. We didn't, I was, cause I was young, and I could see that I had a little cloud over me, I guess. They was going through their shit, but you line up with that, what you resonate with, so, I mean, I don't know, I'm asleep. You know what I'm saying? But I could say what I looking back at myself from that perspective, from those that at that time, I could say that it's kind of hard not to love somebody that's genuinely themselves. Life path. I'm a dog in Chinese astrology. I was born in '82, so I'm a water dog. So I 5 times life path 9. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a life path 9. That 9 is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just the hole I'm coming out of. You know what I'm saying? I had to respect, and it ain't got nothing to do with nobody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I used to blame why certain help ain't coming from certain corners and certain support systems. But I realized, they don't know. I mean, they can't see. You was blind. They can't see. So you'll fuck it up. So how can you manipulate the scenario? And I can relate it to a ghost trying to get your attention. So the movie Ghost Dad with Bill Cosby, that became, I started seeing myself like, I feel like Ghost Dad. You know what I'm saying? Because the mother material, they can't see. I'm trying to do so much to get my children, and I'm like, they can't see. But so just look at all the space I have. They don't have no validity besides what I give to them. I learned that, that took a lot of stress. Well, you know what? Besides what I give to you.
Well, you mentioned going into a zone at 4 and coming out at 20. Now, kind of tell me and my audience, what exactly did that mean, though?
Oh, man. Well, we came in with an exit plan. That's how I learned to see it. So, this ain't random. Energy doesn't die. It can only be transmuted. So, for soul growth, you take on things. You can only get stronger when something resists you. Weights. You can only get stronger if something. So in life, things gonna resist you. I have a warrior spirit, and I'm at my best when I'm protesting. So I'm in this duality. I'm going to attract the opposite. And if I can't, and I learned but on the surface, it looked likable. It's supposed to be family and love one, but they're the opposite. And but they there for me though. I can't fuck that up. I'm responsible for them, and that's the best way I can see it. Other than that, how can they be able to be responsible for me? I don't think we know how to take on that faith and responsibility, because it's going to change you. Because some people, faith is bigger. You got an autistic child, that's going to change you. Children come here to make things better. So parents, it makes parents better. They make parents better. Some don't even want to be better, but they got to be, because they got a child. We come in, there's a greater agenda going on, and we're really ethereal, we're multidimensional. So we come in with an exit plan. When I chose, obviously, if I chose, I could see it many ways. Either I came from the future back here and took on this, very well knowing, just to be that to liberate everything around me. Because in order to lift, you got to get below. Because I'm selfless. I'm Sagittarian. He meant the whole genetic makeup. I'm the one that got to figure this out. Because if they knew and if they're responsible, they'd tell me. Doctors ain't gonna tell you. They're not gonna tell you. So if it's up to them, let them tell it. I'm supposed to be on medicine. Stacks there, damn it. But so I got better at explaining it, and everybody got their own method for their madness. Going in that there and coming out of it. Like I said, I thought it happened to everybody. Didn't know when I found out how special I was, I ain't really want to, first, when I woke up, I could have hollered. If I had a holler, I wouldn't stop hollering. I never was the type to holler. Not like that anyway. I stopped kicking my door. So I kicked my door before when Gatlin and they said, just kick the door, but I realized I'm still in the cell. It's not going to do that. I heard the door kicked by many others. I was like, it was funny, but, got by. I ain't pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? I can lock shit out. I'm mutable. I'm a mutable sign. But I realized they stopped, that's all you can do and kick the door all day. Dang, I feel you, but shit. I was like, well, shit, hell, I'm going to do some push-ups, I even fasted. That's when I fasted. I fasted. I went to coke, and so I tried faith. So I fasted. I ain't never fasted like that. That was all day, not eating. And they served all the best foods that day. The corn dogs, the pizza, the bacon, eggs. I sat there and gave that shit. And just was trying faith. I got a mustard seed.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I was, I'm going to get this shit away. And I went to court, and the judge said, I don't know what's making me do this, but I'm compelled to give you house arrest. And they say, but first you got to tell your mama you love her.
The judge told you this?
Judge said, before you got to tell your mama you love her. And I expect that. I never really said it. I know, I appreciate the nurturing and the care, but the way I was feeling, the nightmares I was having, because I'm sleepwalking as a child. I'm sleepwalking. I'm sleepwalking. I was, dark. Yeah, I would, my dad's house was haunted. Something fucked with me over there. I got attacked by something on 4 legs when I was 4 years old. I never went back to sleep. Went to go to the bathroom. Never made it to the bathroom.
Something
was in the hallway.
Yeah, when you tell people this story though, well, I'm just saying, like, certain part of these stories, when you tell people a story like that,
did it get in me? Because it's something black. Because something black came off me. Because I almost looked behind me when it came off me, but fire came from my forehead. So I was focused on. I didn't even know. I'm gonna tell you. Once I realized I was in the jail, I woke up. I'm like, oh shit, bars right there. And I remember taunting them bars years prior, getting my GED, because I was in jail. I didn't get out of jail till I finished reading the Bible. So I might as well just get out of CMS school and go to CMS and go to the go and get my GED, try and get in jail. I'm like, damn, okay. So, and I remember laughing at this place like, this shit ain't soft. This shit is not hard. Gatlin was harder than this. Juvenile detention was hard. I'm like, man, I know how to comply. I stay in line, but when I get out, I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. It was just a way to kill time. It was cool a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I like, cool. I'm spending time. I kind of knew my life would, you know what I'm saying? But, it didn't faze me. But so now, I looked at the bars. Now, since I taunted this place, now I woke up and realized I'm in the same fucking classroom, looking at the same damn window. Years later, but I'm in an adult part because I was in the juvenile section of that jail. Now, years later, I'm in adult, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to prison, and I'm going to prison, and I wake up in this jail, and I'm like, shit. I look at the same cell, the same cells, the same bars, and say, damn, this is, and it seemed to say something back to me. It said, yeah, you laughed at me before, but now this is real. And then I noticed there was people, I focused on the people, but when I saw the people, I saw layers. I saw layers. They extended through the ceiling. Each person had a body over them, and they were a different color. And each figure was bigger than the one before it. And it looked like I was in a room full of giants. And you could see different layers. And I was like, oh, shit. I know, because I understood everything. I could say for that moment, I saw everything. I was all knowing. This shit really dense down here. For a moment, I could say, what the hell did I see? I know later on I saw a depiction of you got the chakra system in the. I said, oh, I seen that. That's what I saw in jail when you see the depiction of somebody sitting Indian style, and you got the colors from representing the different levels of the consciousness throughout the body to being, because when you break light down, you get the colors of the rainbow. So, and this density is broken down because we in duality. So, because 1 is a dot, 2 is a line, 3 is a cube. They want us stuck in a cube. You know what I'm saying? Things about that cube, but each level has a different architect. So they want us stuck in. So we're spinning while we're rotating and moving forward. So we're coming closer to light. So they try to keep some kind of way to keep us dense. And I coming out of that, waking up, if I chose to go be sleep through all that, just to be conscious of this now, boy, that shit work. I just gotta put it together. I just gotta put it together and get it and orchestrate it better. So I realize what I want gotta manifest. So being help as well. And I know I'm sipping on some, like we say, we met that we see stuff. You know what I'm saying? Tap in, we said, boom. Conscious. And it's a good filtering system. You want to I try to have a healthy filtering system. That way, that's how I can serve that. So I ain't never known to back down from a challenge. So I learned to take on greater challenges. Like one would put on body weights and try to get stronger. I would do things. I saw people it's different. I could see things in different ways, and I would. So to me, I'm being good. If there's a problem, if somebody got something to say, they could say it. You know what I'm saying? But plus, I know since something's guiding me because I was just like, you know what I'm saying? And if it was me, and if it is me, then there's still a higher self. So intuition, you come through intuition, you come into fruition through intuition. And I know if there's lessons to learn, I can respect the lesson I got to learn, and that helps. Boom. So. And I've seen the angels. I've seen they show up sometimes in a little child can be the one, you know what I'm saying? Because a child can love you so much. It make the adults get in line.
So with that being said, what do you want my audience, just people, period? What do you want them to leave from by hearing your testimony, your story? What do you want them to walk away with? What type of message?
Your own truth. Your own truth, your own experience. What you gonna only see and perceive things from your level of understanding and consciousness. You can't give what you don't have. If you don't have the understanding to comprehend and see the vision of the experience of the testimony of from dark to light, then it's still good. Whether it fall on rocky soil, or sand, good fertilizing grass, the mind is still a garden. Words is like seeds. Pondering it is like watering it.
But you manifest in it.
Yeah, they gotta stand on something.
Right.
Stag style. So, and in prison, after wanting to write a good poem, my homie Antoine got killed in the drive-by. I wrote in my cells, like this right here, window. The sun rays is so thick coming through the room, slams on Antoine's picture on the wall. I'm like, damn. That made me think about a Bob Marley scenario. A woman said a bolt of lightning. One of the I3s said she was in the hills of Jamaica. When at the time no one knew Bob passed because they didn't have like radios or whatever. But a bolt of lightning came in through her window and lounged on Bob's picture. And she said she felt like Bob passed. And she felt like she knew Bob. That was before they knew anything. She felt like, well, a bolt. I don't think that's true. That's, damn, Bob Marley. And I woke up writing Bob lyrics. So I was like, because one time I questioned myself, man, where do I go? I didn't know. I was pacing back and forth in my mind. Okay, what do I do, man? Okay, let me go back to that moment. What the fuck was I doing when I woke up? Okay, we woke up to understand what the fuck was you doing. If you slept walk, then what the fuck was you doing when you woke up? That maybe can help you know where the fuck to go. Okay, you was writing. The hell was you writing? Writing Bob Marley. Bob Marley. Was he alive? Bob Marley died. I born in 82. Bob Marley died 81. And I was writing dead man lyrics. Damn. And I was dead too? Shit. I'm lying now. Shit. Am I Bob? Am I reincarnated? Can't be. It's true. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But there's a such thing as soul family. And because some beings can't fit into one body. You got twins. So you got earthly family, spiritual family. But it's cool to put it in art form, dance, choreography, and, to become my own entrepreneur in that sense. And yeah, I know exactly. I just need some whatever I need to learn or whoever I'm supposed to meet. So I guess this is actually my first interview. I've never been asked these questions. This is some great questions. Thank you for this little, spiritual retreat.
Absolutely. And you coming from a dark side and entering a whole new development of spirituality I want to know how you would unpack that message to people in your neighborhood to avoid, like, you know, to at least to avoid the mistakes that you made.
Okay. Astrology. Understand the stars. As within, so without. As above, so below. It's kind of hard to see where it goes at the intersection. All you got is the view of your good eyes, because you can't really see but so much so far. But if you have an overview, because there was a proverb, why throw a net to catch a bird when the bird you're trying to catch is already watching? I was like, damn, the fuck? And I was like, I couldn't even think how stupid it would be. I said, them niggas got to be dumb as hell to be trying to throw a net to catch a bird. But I said, well, whoever wrote that had to be over the bird. They had to be looking down on the bird to say that. You know, but at the time, I didn't. Coming to that, I'll get to that later. But I'm like, well, who could write this? So I'm thinking God, because it's Proverbs, so this is God. So this is so we get the perspective of a bird looking at some dumbass motherfuckers trying to throw a net, and you can relate it to many scenarios. And I was like, so you know, there's people that's dumb enough you can't. But I went through my life because I didn't understand. It was layers to that understanding. As I got older, I was like, oh, because I didn't understand the people dumb enough to throw a net. And I was like, is that me? Because there's a proverb that says a fool trips and we don't even know what he stumbled over. And I was like, because I questioned, why the fuck am I locked up? And I was like, damn, Mr. Max said read Proverbs and Revelation. I was like, damn, this is, so I was questioning, like, you know, but if I was sleepwalking and woke up with this under my belt, you know, all the dirt I did doesn't, look what Paul in the Bible, he says he's a chosen vessel. He says, suffer much for my name's sake. He go get that man his sight back. Paul was not, you know. So that story, I'm like, oh shit. See, when you're in it and you're closer, you can't, it's kind of hard to see when it's in your face. But I'm giving the story to them. This is like, it's paranormal. Like it's some old Final Destination shit, but something making you do good. And you really could be, you know. You
saying something make you do good? What's something?
Something make you do, even if you don't want to. Because one time I was in jail and didn't even want, something said lead in prayer. It was everybody talking crazy, and I'm talking about all kind of crazy. I'm in a, you know, some say lead in prayer, because I was having like some dark thoughts, you know, not knowing, you know what I'm saying. It was just around me. It was people talking about bodies in the trunk over here. People, this person talking about killing. It was just everybody talking about killing, but normal. But I'm sitting there not knowing. I ain't talking to nobody. And some said lead in prayer. I was like, nah. Some said lead in prayer. I said, nah. And next thing you know, my heart got hot. And I was like, damn. I moved only because my heart got so hot. I ended up standing up. When I stood up, it wasn't hot. And I was like, I said, I stood up, said, hey, I yelled. When I yelled, everybody looked, and I said, I was told to ask to lead in prayer. If anybody want to join, I don't know who. Man, everybody yelled. Hey, yeah, everybody join hands. I'm talking about spooky, like it was phenomenal. Whoa, I didn't expect that reaction. But okay, all right, now what the fuck? I don't know what the hell say. I prayed. The dude beside me said, you got a tongue. You got a silver tongue. You got a tongue of fire, something like that. You got a. I ain't know. I kind of was feeling ill. I ain't like it. You know, made me do that. I ain't care to do that. You know, I'd rather, you know what I'm saying? So I've been forced to do this, so I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Now, the scars I get on me, obviously I'm winning. So, you know, when I go to sleep, I kick ass because I have vivid dreams. I just, you know, I need to pen and paper, put beside my bed. I need to remember. I'll be honest. But, you know, so not many people, when they realize this about me, they probably want to, you know, if I feel C murder, you know what I'm saying? He be saying a lot that that's murder. Free C murder. Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
Now, you said this, I wouldn't call it a slogan, but I wanted to know what you meant behind it. You said, if you kill, you got to be able to heal.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
It's a balance. If you tear down, you got to learn to build. If you all, you know, I did a lot of head hunting. fuck people up for the fuck of it. You know, didn't matter. I did it just cause I was bored. If I fuck somebody up today, I gotta fuck 2 up tomorrow. It was like that with about 5 things. If I rob somebody today, I'll rob 2 tomorrow. I just exercise. What I'm doing with the money, I'm actually looking out for my homies, But I thought it was gonna be way worse. And that what could have happened didn't happen because a lot of times it went not the way that, so I'm grateful for, I could say especially it was very I thought I was gonna die 3 times in prison. I was like, damn, this is crucial. This is crucial. The conditions, psychologically. But I was told in the STAG style, damn it, because when I used to do music on the yard, I ended up doing poetry. And I got to rap. Antoine's poem, I pray to see the sun rise. My dreams were trapped in the balloon mixed with helium, therefore one gripping the string. Like a baby amazed at such thing. A little boy I was with a bright smile, engaged in tough things. Overcame tremendous misery. Even the life I now live when I was young wasn't the mystery. See, when I drift back on what's history, me see the domino affair from agony, which was constantly hitting me. Smothered in pain, I laid in the bed which I had made. Said my prayers, fixed my pillow, dreaming better days. Sleepwalking streets lined with trash, or either in the caves, got faded on corners with G's were hit up by the spray. Rest in peace to everybody that died while I played. A lot of folks said I'm a fair because of my getaways. School counselor said he need be in a crazy place. Forgive me, Lord, most of it started when I was 8. Seeing what I saw, being fascinated with a tour gaze. Hope you listen, but my soul what you've already saved. My life has been dark and cold, need to see the sun rays. Got a daughter named her heaven, she did be her face. Instead, wrote this in a hot rod, locked in the hole. Contemplating all the times I almost was dead and gone. I'm still alive, standing strong, holding on to what's mine. My life and juice, my desires. I pray to see the sun rise. That's what I wrote, and that said. And boom, that turned into a whole nother, continue to just write, express myself, and not to no beat. I just would come up with got to prison, and the homie was doing beats on the yard, and he was like, I was spitting my poetry, and he was like, yo, that shit hot. He came with beats. Shout out to Sneaky J. And then I ended up doing music on the yard, so then one dude used to go to the back of the crowd. He would holler, Stag style, damn it. So one day, he lock him down. I say, Trap Rap, hey, man, why you say that shit? Why you do that? That's what's up, though. But he would go to the back of the crowd. Like, Stag style, damn it. Boom. And so when he yelled it in my face, because he said, cuz, Stag style, damn it. I said, you know, that's what the fuck it is. Lock down. Gotta go, boom. See you tomorrow. Boom. But I say, damn, okay, people are impacted some kind of way. All right. Cool. I want to get to my children. I even question what you going to do. If they with me, then we good. But, I realized the uphill battle just to, you know what I'm saying? So I respect the struggle. So we come in with an exit plan. And, a man is driven by his hunger. So what are you hungry for? So you never know what quench some people thirst. Knowledge, food for thought, high consciousness, moral integrity, true blue, Stag style, Queen's here, solid, Stag ALEE. Stay like that.
You I know you mentioned about your merch. Tell the people what's going on with your merch real quick before we close out.
Okay. Got a website I'm building. It's a lot. If things are in divine order, like how I'm speaking, then, that's my greatest lesson right there, technically. Boom. This is actually your shirt, for an example. I'm an artist. I paint, I draw. This was actually done by my artist. It's a lot on here. It's a collage of, the smallest detail you can look into. Thinking outside the box. Imagine that. Because, that's what somebody told me in prison. You got to think outside the box. Right, we locked up. We on the yard. can see the box. You know, we in Brown Creek, Correctional. So, I got a story to tell. But you know, my faith didn't line up with a lot of folks around me at the time, so I had to just, instead of complaining, I had to accept my journey. And I just knew it's in my children. You know what I'm saying? They gave me a reason. I woke up with a daughter, and I've been trying to just get to my children, just be that. But then you need a woman. Do I need a woman? Okay, well, my success said it would come from the opposite sex. So, you know, I got 3 baby moms, so we need to wake up, you know. But I respect everybody's alignment because we all coming to it just at a different timing. So it's the best for me to still be here. And, you know, I got a lot more. I'm engineering. My website is still building. I don't want to get it out. It's not fully functional. These people actually, I paid over $1,000, like $1,200. October last year, 28th. It's about to be a year. I don't have a website yet. For whatever lesson and spiritual meaning behind that, I'm really keen watch. You know what I'm saying? It's in your face, kind of hard to. But so, I know what filtering system is going to be able to help me with build a website? I know it's simple, but I understand my complication because I'm coming from, you know what I'm saying, the 80s and the 90s and sleepwalking, waking up and look at what's given to me, and it's all here before. I couldn't. I'm going to hold up something to help me. Because if you can help me, I'm damn sure going to help you. You know, shit, that's a blessing to be a blessing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I go sometimes find people to help. But that's natural. Me anyway, I'm a humanitarian by nature.
Yeah, but you on social media, though?
I mean, I really don't be. I feel like I need a team. I need some awareness, some consciousness. Yeah, small scale. It's nothing. I mean, really, what I want to do, I need to record. I need to record. I need to be in the, you know. So now I'm teaching myself to engineer. I go to Full Sail University, so I've been learning how to engineer. I went to the Art Institute of Charlotte, so I've been up for videography. Been out of it for a second, so you know. But I did edit. I did make a DVD. I could, you know, refresh some of mine. I need to, but I need people around me to pull that out of me and to create them kind of people, to create that energy. I don't need help with a band, so I don't care for them to be around me. You know, I realize, you know, sometimes, you know, I feel, hey, I can't lose it for a lot of people around me. I feel, hey, look, I'm in school. You know, grind, hustling. Hey, as long as we take care of each other, I'm in charge of things, boom. How can I fail if I'm in school and I'm paying people to help me? You know, so and I'm still in it, but I would have graduated, made this, yeah, but, you know, I failed a few classes, a lot of them, you know, and so I'm still in it, but I learned to be on pause, and I be needing a secretary, you know what I'm saying, personal assistant. But everybody, you know, so my children, I'd rather have my children. They would be, you know, my daughters, got my boys, so I'm learning in order to lift, you got to get below. So my good, I was so dog and so I don't mind. I've extended my hand and my butter's been spread across my bread as far as it can go. You know, you got butter, you trying to spread to cover the bread. Some butter just don't spread. Some butter just don't spread. But shit, so I try to, some people could be like butter. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate your love.
So in closing, bro, what would you go back and tell your younger self, man? Like, from everything you've been through your whole journey and where you at right now?
Young people, we just like talking to the older people because we just big babies, you know. But to everybody that understand in between, I would say, stag style, damn it. Strive to achieve goals. Always live in complete integrity over ugly situations. That's the acronym for STAG ALEE. You know, so create your own religion. Wash your ass, brush your teeth. Personal hygiene, spiritual hygiene, very essential. You know, utopia. You know, understand the balance, the duality, recognize it, understand what you want to take on, because we only see through the spectrum of the colors of the rainbow, and that's only like a third of really could really be seen. So, man, be aware. Open up if you able to. If you can't, if this don't reach you, I understand. Maybe not your time now, but it's okay. You know, one love. Stay true. Stay true. You know, and I can say this: if you're going to meditate on a color, if you look at the rainbow, some operate in its own frequency. The higher you vibrate, the calmer you are. You know. So when you, being that we're ethereal, you can always use a light, picture light around you. That works. You may not keep off a predator, but the elementals will respect it. You know, like when you walking through the woods, you know what I'm saying? So red being the lowest vibration color there is, we got to understand it vibrate high. But it's the lowest vibration color. But if you cut your owl up high on the stove, it turns red. It's really not high. It's high, but it's flipped around. It's actually low. It's the opposite, you know what I'm saying? Because blue appears to be low, but it's calm, but it vibrates high. So once we understand the flip side of it, because everything's kind of like a lie, you know, then you have the aha moment. And listen, some cups are so full you can't pour nothing in them unless you pour something out of it. So if you're so full of it, then just create a new cup of understanding, or pour something out. Take what you need, because the body keep the good and shit the bad. So Stag Style, damn it. And check out when you understand the music, when you listen to it, understand it from a broader understanding. Think outside the box while you listen to the music. You know what I'm saying? Think outside the box, period. When you listen to my music, you'll probably have more of a clear understanding. I hope you will. I really do, and I appreciate you. One more thing. Check out the videos, STAG ALEE. Let's pull that up on YouTube for right now. It'll be more coming from me. Y'all see me again eventually. Stag Style.